Ulumnaga, Namaste, good evening, Port Authority, Fiji, family, and friends. Pretty hard to follow up from 3 years of obituaries. 2018 was obviously a very bad year for us in our family. My deepest condolences to people in the room who know those people that have passed on, or friends or family. Special recognition, of course, for His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Fiji, Johnny Kamarati, Honourable Minister Yusamati, Director of the Water Authority of Fiji Board, Director Musa, who is also Chair of our Audit and Risk Committee, like I believe the Director. And of course my dazzling wife, Tony. We've married now for 33-ish sort of years. It's good. I also passed on our Chairman of the Board, Mr. Bhavesh Kumar's apologies as he's in Sydney at the moment, recovering from the shoulder surgery, and will join us back on the ground later next month. The Chairman has asked me to convey his deep appreciation to the WAF family, to you, for going over and above your efforts to deliver what is the most essential service, and I can't believe it. The Chairman has also asked me to pass on his thanks to the Board of Directors, represented here tonight by Director Musa, and also to Honourable Minister Yusamati and our management team. Also a special welcome to Fiji, to the recently appointed CEO for the Public Utility Board of Kiribati, an old mate of mine, James Young. Welcome, James. A very special welcome to those staff who have been nominated and selected to progress to this grand event, and who will soon be shared the stage as we formally acknowledge your outstanding and relentless efforts through what has been a most difficult year. Our organising committee, run by Executive Officer Manasa, who has led the committee with precision, thank you, is well supported by Lydia, Maria, Joanna, Nicholas, Ben, Lavinia, Samantha, Vinny, Alessi, Samantha. Have done a wonderful job. Considering the setbacks you've had, we've changed the venue a couple of times, we've had a few cyclones in between, and yet you've worked together as one team, and what a wonderful achievement, and I go back and leave it to you all. I want to, however, single out a couple of people. Lavinia, who has had a tough time of late, yet once again, and so soon after her triumphs for the 25-year club booklet that she produced, she has again produced a wonder-class memento that every single person who graces this stage tonight will take home with them and remember forever. Thank you, Lavinia. Also a special mention, of course, to Samantha Roden. Sam. Without you and Albert by my side, or with you and Albert by my side, how could anything go wrong? But I started to stress, I must admit, when we were driving here tonight and the traffic was thick, and we had to be here before His Excellency, of course. But Albert remained calm, put the sirens on, and we just drove crazy. We're here. I also note a large contingent of the WAF family from the friendly north. What an amazing effort. I think Samo was telling me 25 from the north. And if you've been there the last little month or so, you can see the devastation that is there. It's still there. Wonderful effort, Team North, and I can't believe it. Thank you also to our sponsors, who without tonight would not be as grand as this. Thank you all. The Master of Ceremonies, of course, tonight is none other than a former WAF family in Michelle. Good night, Michelle. I also look forward to seeing tonight's entertainers, the Manava Dance Group, and also our wonderful musicians. I heard earlier today when they all test 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They've been doing pretty hard in what was a year without tourism. So looking forward to seeing Big Wheels and the Groove Boys perform later on. There are a lot of people to recognise and thank, yet there are so many more of us, the WAF family, who work tirelessly behind the scenes every day and every night. These people that most of our customers don't recognise or acknowledge. Yet without them, without their efforts, without their fortitude, without their dedication, over 800,000 Fijians will be screaming, "Where's my water? It's my constitutional right. Give it to me." And believe me, I've heard that probably 800,000 times. Our very first water medal recognises our staff, the true heart of our organisation. It is a very small way of saying Tanaka leave it to many things you do each day and each night, for having to suffer abusive and misinformed customers, for being away from your family, for answering their call while you're at home to calm a customer down and solve their problem, for going above and beyond, for enduring. Do you remember that movie with the young Tom Cruise, Top Gun? I love it. The Water Medal of Excellence recognises our best of the best, our very own Top Gun. In these awards, I also wanted to highlight not only our outstanding individual performance, but also our leadership. Because good leadership makes great organisations. And of course, the inverse is also true. Poor leadership breaks an organisation. Poor leadership breaks an organisation. This year we are recognising our leaders who have led by example and undertaken all they have done in a safe manner. There's nothing sadder, and I've done this, there's nothing sadder that happens to a family that their mother, their father, their brother or sister will not be coming home today or ever because of a workplace accident. The safety of our staff is paramount, and building a safety-first culture. Tonight, we recognise our finest safety leader. I once told the Honourable Attorney General sometime last year that I wanted to help Fiji's leaders to be better leaders, so we did not need to go outside this wonderful country in search of leaders. I get out and about, visiting most of the places where our staff work, and I've seen some gifted, emerging leaders in the Water Authority of Fiji. Those Fijians who will soon be in demand for their leadership skills in Australia, in New Zealand, United Kingdom, America, everywhere. Tonight we'll also acknowledge our most exciting, emerging leader, a future WAF CEO. When I was appointed to the CEO, the board gave me a strong change in agenda. They wanted an organisation that fellow Fijians could feel proud of. They wanted an organisation culture that enabled and developed our people to the very best version of themselves. The very best version. While we're still at the beginning of our cultural revolution, there has been significant change. In a year that started with few cyclones, and then our friend COVID. In these times of organisational stress, I've found that real leaders emerge. I am fortunate as CEO to have some outstanding talent in our combined management team. The Leader of the Year award was a hotly contested affair, yet it rightly recognises the things that I personally value in leadership: emotional intelligence, humility, which is so sadly lacking in most of the leaders in the world, patience, dedication, and skill level. Consistency. No one wants to work for a leader who's great one day and psycho the next day. Love for their family and friends, because family's number 1, 2, and 3. Integrity, and a good sense of humour. In our sort of business, we need to have a laugh sometime. We have a pretty hard job, But with leaders like we will recognise tonight, it will be made much easier. As I say each and every single week in my weekly messages, it's what you do when no one is watching that matters. And I go back and leave it. I would now like to formally introduce our chief guest, who of course needs no introduction. Yet perhaps a reminder to all of the achievements of this great man that until this event I was unaware of. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge His Excellency's wife, Madam Sarati Conradi. My experience is that you can never achieve what I'm about to read out without the strength, support and love of one's partner. Welcome to the Nakaliva Madam Conradi. His Excellency, and I practiced this a few times, I still can't get the word right, His Excellency is a former soldier, civil servant, diplomat, government minister and a community worker. As a soldier, he rose from the ranks from private, from the bottom, to become Major General and the very first Fijian to hold the position of United Nations Assistant Secretary General and concurrent Force Commander of the United Nations Interim Forces in Lebanon, 97 to 99. Prior to this, he held the appointment of the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon as Deputy Force Commander in 1990 to 91 and Deputy Commander Chief of Staff for the Republic of Fiji Military Forces from 91 to 97. He also served with the New Zealand Army's Ranger Squadron, the Special Air Service, the SAS, and the British Army. His Excellency is certainly no one to be messed with. That's quite impressed me, SAS. Having shook your hand, Your Excellency, my hand's still aching from that shake, so some strength. His Excellency was appointed Fiji's High Commissioner to Australia and Ambassador to Singapore, based in Canberra, in 2002 to 2006. For those interested, just 5 years before the Queensland Reds defeated the Canterbury Crusaders in the Super Rugby final. And the Reds. His Excellency was also elected as President of the Republic of Fiji on the 12th of October 2015, when Parliament, for the first time under Fiji's constitution, voted for the head of state. His Excellency was reappointed by Parliament for a second three-year term on Friday, 31st of August 2018. He's married to Madam Saroti, as I've just mentioned. They have 2 sons and 6 grandchildren. Would you please stand and give a warm WAF family welcome to his Chief Guest, His Excellency President of the Republic of Fiji, Georgie Conradi.